How's it going, everybody? RazingHel here, and recently the giveaway I was running for Anthem and Battlefield 5 has ended, and I just wanted to take you through the winning results, so to speak, here. So as you can see on this screen, we have the 5 winning entries. The first 2 I'm going to consider like the grand prize winner and then the second place winner. The grand prize was Anthem, of course, and the second place prize would be Battlefield 5, mostly because in terms of value, Anthem is more recent and therefore it's like higher value. The 3 names after that are additional winners that I decided to add to this this contest. So originally I only had 2 prizes to give away. I kind of upped it to 5, and the last 3 are going to get $5 Steam gift cards. So I was hoping that would make things a little bit more interesting rather than just having 2 winners, which brings us to a couple of conclusions that I'm going to get to later in this video about running giveaways. If you're somebody who's interested in doing that as well, maybe just take some of my observations here into consideration. So when it comes to the actual stats, I guess, let's go here to reporting. You can see right away there's a pretty big uptick during the first couple of days. Actually, interestingly enough, it was like 2 days before the, because I created it on the 15th, but I don't think I published anything about it until the 16th. So yeah, it's a little bit interesting. There weren't many actions or impressions on that first day, but second day it spiked, and then it sort of drops down. And then interestingly enough, here in the last day, it kind of jumped up again. So remember, if you've seen my past giveaways, I've shied away from doing 2 weeks, mostly because it dropped off very significantly after the first week. So I think this kind of bears out in the data. Like, the only concerning thing here is the uptick on that very last day, but that might have been people who realized the deadline was impending. So the 3 actions that I had listed here for people to enter with, one was to visit my Instagram, the other one was a question based on which games did people entering think I should create videos, and the last one was to refer friends for extra entries. I think I would avoid the last one. In future giveaways, I don't see a real benefit to this very last refer friends for extra entries. I don't see a real benefit there. Yeah, it doesn't seem to increase engagement in any significant way. And it also brings people who aren't really interested in what you do to the giveaway, right? Because it incentivizes people to introduce those people that they know to this giveaway when it's really not going to always be relevant to them, especially if I'm doing something like giving away DLC for a specific game. There's really not a whole lot of reason to do this, I don't think, because it causes people who have no interest in the DLC or giving away to become entered into it, so to speak. So yeah, I tried it. I just wanted to see what it was like. I think in the future I would avoid it in most situations. In terms of results here, so these are the responses for which games should I create videos. The overwhelming, well, pretty overwhelming compared to the last place one, choice was 7 Days to Die with a 204 vote count. You can see right here, got a little chart made up in Excel based on it. So the top 2 were 204 votes, 172 votes, and it drops pretty precipitously to 136 votes for RimWorld. Save the World, Fortnite is behind that, and then Factorio is in last place. So I guess if I am looking to create videos on different games, I will most certainly give a much higher weighting to 7 Days to Die and a little bit higher to Oxygen Not Included. Both of those seem to be fairly popular within the type of community who is interested in entering giveaways, at least. So let's say the more active part of my potential audience here is interested in those games, and I think the active audience actually matters a bit more than the more passive ones, because the active ones are the ones who are more likely to engage and whatnot with what you make. Anything else? Oh yes, my Instagram. So here we go. I just updated it today. So this is RazingHel on Instagram. I sort of focusing on this account for 2019, I'm hoping. I'm trying to do a little bit something different. In 2018, I kind of focused on doing more Twitch stuff because 2017 I'd mostly focused on YouTube. So 2019, I want to focus more on creating little videos about Don't Starve on Instagram. So as you can see here, if you're interested in following along, I'm not guaranteeing all of these are going to be paradigm shifting. They're videos for what they're worth, but I think there's some rather interesting ones here. Like this most recent one shows how to get rid of excess flint. If you have a cave base like I do, take a look at this because I don't know why it won't play back. How irritating. Anyway, but this video here will show you how to go about using the snurtles or even slurtles in the caves to help you get rid of flint that you don't need anymore and turn it into something useful. You get to turn it into slurtle slime. So that was pretty interesting. Then yeah, just little stuff like that. And I think a lot of people are going to like it. But hey, oh, here's one about Woody. Did you know? Oh, here we go. This video actually plays. Did you know that as Woody, you can gnaw on the stagehand endlessly to restore your log meter? Because this thing never breaks and you're essentially hammering it, you get to pretty much hammer it until you turn back into a beaver. So, I mean, into a normal Woody. So that's kind of useful. If you have one of those in your world, it's probably one of the most useful things you can do with it. So I hope to be posting stuff like that. So if you haven't checked it out during the contest, maybe this will convince you to give it another look. We have 137 followers now, which is pretty decent, I think. But always looking to grow it a little bit further. So I think that's pretty much everything. If you are one of the winning entrants here, I did send you an email. So go ahead and be sure to check the email address that you used to enter to claim your prizes. One last thing I want to say here before ending this is an observation that I made and sort of a philosophy going forward in regards to running these. So in this one, I had a bit of a disparity in terms of the prizes that I was giving away. I had a grand prize, a second place prize, and then 3 prizes. All of these, I had 3 different categories of prizes that were disparate from one another. They were different, and I don't like that. I think in the future, what I would like to do is more prizes that are worth less individually and that are identical. So fungible in a way, such as Steam gift cards, Amazon gift cards, game DLC. I like that idea. I don't like this idea of having to create having to choose different types of winners, so not everybody kind of gets the same thing. I like the idea of just having a general winner, not having winners for first prize, second prize, that kind of thing. And I want you to consider this if you're running giveaways, when you split up the types of prizes that you're giving away, you have to write individual emails for each single prize rather than having a single email that applies to all of them and just like a form email and just copy pasting that over to different entry winners, to different contest winners, and then just like replace the name on every single one. So I had to type up 3 individual-ish emails. So I would like to avoid that in the future, but I think it was a learning experience, and it's one of those things that I would recommend you don't give away codes. If at all possible, try to make sure that any digital content you give away is sort of managed in a system like Steam, where you can actually verify that somebody has redeemed the DLC or the gift card that you sent them. I really like that positive affirmation, that it's not just you giving somebody a code and then they can kind of use it, but you're not sure if it actually... Oh, I think you can actually check Amazon gift cards to see whether the code was redeemed. I'm not sure the same works though for a lot of other codes. Like I was recently giving away Anthem and Battlefield 5, and I'm not sure how I can check with NVIDIA to see if those codes were redeemed or not, which is potentially a little bit of a liability. I hope you found that interesting. If you are one of the names on this list, be sure to check your email once again. Thanks to everyone for entering. It was fun, and hopefully do more giveaways in the future. But thanks for watching as always, and I hope to see you next time.